In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Tariq Masood. Thank you very much for watching my videos and your wonderful support to make this channel a grand success. We are a partner. Please subscribe our channel if you haven't done so far. We as a team can work together to convert challenges into opportunities and opportunities into success stories. These success stories can be monetized into value addition. Thank you very much again. Today I'm going to discuss my new chapters, a challenge for organization model. What is uncertainty, victory, bureaucracy and change for management. So before my lecture I used to read a Quranic verse. Rabbi Shirali Sadri wa Yassarli Amri Wahlul Uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli Rabbi Zidni ilma. Okay, on my next slide, I'm going to run a complete trail on my lecture number 1 on a challenge for organization model. This is our first lecture on a challenge for organization. So today we're going to give a brief introductions, lecture number 1. Tomorrow we will again discuss introduction, lecture number 2. So on end of our presentation we have also given a list of references. You may read more material related to challenge for organization. Okay, first, what is an uncertain word? So we will discuss it's a different segments. Set a scene, confidence of crisis, middle age or Mad Max. We will also discuss an American model, many words for a single disease. We will also discuss escaping the crisis in different ways. We will also discuss ferality of the dragon. So that we'll discuss in the uncertain words. Okay. On next, customer victory, we'll discuss scarce product with scarce customer, hazard for segmentations, how not to listen, case of British catering company, getting off the beaten track, human resource management as an essential, counterweight to the customer's victory. Number 3, what is bureaucracy? Story of evolutions, Taylor or the soul relationality, Professor, his map and bureaucracy, airline industry, automobile industry, hell is everybody else, integration and cost cutting, let's spending more cooperation. And in the last, Requiem for bureaucracy, task, segmentation, better a teacher you are, the less you teach. So then we'll also discuss client held hostage, the end of monopolies, economy, old bureaucracy, coordination and cooperation. And the last year we'll discuss change, yes, but why and what change, changing a winning team, theoretical debate, change by acting on structures, declaration of good, tax product, formal organization and real organization, change through play on attitude, the negative attitude of the inspector. Okay, as I have promised earlier, so today I'm going to discuss challenge for organization. So it will take a 3 to 4 months. Then I will discuss the change process. Okay, so the total 5 to 6 months we will discuss both topics. First I'm going to run a complete trail on challenge for organization, then later stage the change process. In challenge for organization we'll discuss customer victory, what is bureaucracy, arcane of bureaucracy, change, yes, but change what. So the change process will review and pure reasoning the frame of references, the process from system to problems, the process from problem to priorities, the process from priority to levers, and implementation, the moment of change. So these are 2 topics. Challenge for organization will take 2 to 3 months and change process it will also take 3 to 4 months. So the total 5 to 6 months we will engage to discuss both topics. So I hope you will enjoy. Okay, key takeaway point of this lecture: what is the change? Cost first. So second, cost of the uncontrolled change becomes intolerable. So two topics today we are going to discuss. Okay, theme of change. Change is one of the recurrent themes of developed company in general and management, as demonstrated and discussed in many literatures. Okay, then it also discusses public, private, politics, and then what is out of touch and blinkered. So what we explain here, as becoming virtual obsessions are not just for managers but also for all those who work today in our organization, whether in public here and a private sector. Even though a political leader here identified as being conservatives or assumed to be progressive defined themselves in relation to it, being engaged a change, whatever the sphere under consideration, is held to be backward and first out of touch and in blinkered. Out of touch and then blinkered. What is out of touch phenomena basically is lacking up-to-date knowledge or informations, and blinkered having or showing a narrow or limited outlook. So that is what we have demonstrated first, a theme of change. Okay, on my next slide, we're going to demonstrate phenomena of organization. Okay, what is the phenomena of organizations? First discussed it. What it relieves phenomena that is at the same time simple and universally accepted, or at least in developed countries, change exists. This is an indisputable fact, and there is little point in spending too much time and different on expanding effects on expanding, even if of course we do not yet have a significant and sufficient hindsight to realize that it's happened. So the importance that true reach of events which are taking place in front of our eyes, we can still feel even at the reduced scale of our own lives that we shall not finish this life in the world which we started. Okay, then what is demonstrated? So that the acceleration of this phenomena means that children today ask their grandparents, and soon it will be their parents, what the world was like in their day. This has not always been the case, but we tend to forget it. Okay, now on my next slide here, so further we will discuss what the organization is concerned here. Okay, now so the organization phenomena concern first here the merits. As far as organization is concerned, they are after all subject of how they happening. We are seeing an interesting paradox which certainly needs merits, some intentions. It's not so much change itself which poses problems. So if we move from left to right, so it is even valued as a driving force for economic activities, and then creations, and then active actor. Okay, as a source for the creation of the wealth, but more the ability to lead it, to steer it, to control it, in brief, to be an active actor. Okay, so and not just a simple, even if enthusiastic spectator. Steering change has become one of today's major issue for managers. So what could be the reasoning? For reasons that are easy to understand and which has nothing to do with megalomania, obsession with the exercise of power. This is supposed to have a blossom in the owl footsteps. So what is the owl footsteps here? So identified as being a destructive to the welfare of the free and open society. Okay. Now, why? Next, the mass production here. That is, first is why the cost is intolerable. Okay. The cost is intolerable here. So it demonstrates here in the conventional industrial world where we have mass production, who's doing this? Tolerism management, Fordism management, and Trumford management. In that world in which one used to ask for goods and services even before wanting to see bill, the extra cost of uncontrolled change never appeared to be intolerable, since they never appear at all. So they have used a different system, that is, first is accounting system. So did not give them a more visibility first year, and end of the day they just ended up buried under a progressive, a concept that was general enough to absorb without too much difficulty errors that were not necessarily insignificant. So the visibility is the degree to which something has attracted general attention or prominence. That progress developed toward an improved or more advanced condition, how it demonstrates. Okay, on my next here, I'm going to discuss further the big picture of an intolerable cost. Okay, as discussed earlier, cost of change become intolerable. Twofold requirements, as discussed here, the more importantly. So everything is calculated, measured, and assessed. We do not look at defects. Measurement focus as much as on what is, not as on what is, and accounting system mentioned up as we demonstrated, adopted. The result not only for managers but also for all those with responsibility at any level whatsoever is a twofold requirements. What is twofold requirements? First is first change is necessary, and that again the change is necessary here. What is firstly demonstrated? It is demonstrated the first change is necessary because it is condition for survival. Okay. Second, again here, again change is necessary. What is that? But secondly, it is necessary at the controlled cost and where possible a reduced cost, and hence it is necessary to control the movement. Okay, so it also demonstrate here. So what basically in a big picture demonstrate here, it is no longer enough to follow or to put up with the change. It is now necessary to anticipate, to hold on to the reins. Just being reactive is no longer enough. One has to be proactive. So that is how it demonstrates twofold requirements. First change is necessary. What is first change is necessary? What it mentioned? Necessary because it is a condition for survival. And again change is necessary. Why? But second change is necessary at the controlled cost and where possible a reduced cost. It's important. Okay. The right way. Why the cost is first is this is the right way. Okay. Some people do not stop to consider that this is an impossible task and that is would be better not to attempt it. So it demonstrated in many practices in different ways. First is emphasize, written by reputed authors, and emphasize that change program. What is the change program? Don't produce change. Number one. Number two, why transformation? Okay. Then why transformation affects fields, or who state even more directly and ambiguously that one does not manage change. Okay. When you do not manage change, and that fact is that despite all the attempts to predict everything, master everything, control everything, this just does not happen. The phenomena remains largely unpredictable and unexpected outcomes, and produced unexpected outcomes. So far, it leaves those responsible, those in the charge of it, to great extent perplexed if not in total quandary. It is true that, as stated in my next slide, Peter Drucker says in my next slide, he demonstrates here. Peter Drucker mentioned here, so our organization designed more for stability than for change. Okay. Rather, in the same way that our managers have been trained more to ensure what they ensure to continuity than to manage or introduce disruptions. That is what Peter Drucker narrated in his article. Okay. So in my next slide, we are going to demonstrate what is the real obsessions when we have action plan in place. Okay. A real obsession have the action plan here. What is the real obsessions first demonstrated here, and through which it is attempted to predict everything, organize everything, control everything right down to the smallest detail, and establish of which becomes an essential condition for launching oneself. Okay, and at the same time, and in itself, this way of looking at things, of course, leads to a form of paralysis, since nothing can be completely predicted or planned. Okay, the actual commencement of the process itself always find itself pushed back until through necessity that an external constant occurred or external constant happened. Okay, so become ever more pressing, one no longer has a choice. One is become ever more pressing and against the wall, or to put it more brutally, placed in a crisis situations. Okay, when it's put in the crisis situations, so but change through crisis, so well described and analyzed by the Michael Crozer, and over such a length of time is even more painful in human terms, and is journal even more costly. So what he mentioned, beginning of 21st century, their slow death process appear particularly agonizing for their individual member as well as for corporate body. Okay, thank you very much for your precious time. So today we have discussed two main topics: what is the organization and organization's intolerable cost. So on my next slide here, we are going to discuss trying to control the events, seeking reassurance, importance of knowledge and knowledge sharing using strategic analysis in my next slide. Okay, these are my references. You may further read and detail more about my lectures, Management Challenge for 21st Century by Drucker, Peters, Next Frontiers, A Sense of Decisions, Bureaucratic Phenomena, Actor and System, and different authors you can have more look into. Please don't hesitate to send me your feedback and comments t.masood.tr@bath.edu. Many thanks, stay blessed and stay safe, stay at home. Thank you very much.